What's going on, guys? United 2, Reading 0, FA Cup. And it was an underwhelming game. I think anyone that just watched that knew it was dead, innit? But, bro, at the end of the day, at this stage, it's all about getting through. Loads of changes to the lineup. It was never gonna be exciting, to be fair. Like, I was very underwhelmed by the starting lineup. I would have liked to see Chong start. When I saw Matt, Alexis, Lukaku starting as a front three, I knew there wasn't gonna be that quick interchanging, expansive football that we've come to expect in the coming weeks. But it is what it is, man. These guys need minutes. It was clear that they weren't sharp, and yeah, that's the reason why they played at the end of the day. It was a slow start, considering the quality that we actually had on the field. Like, make no mistake, none of these guys are really first team players for us, but there was enough quality for the football to be of a lot higher standard up there, man. It was very disjointed. Players looked rusty, off the pace, like a number of players. And then on top of that, Reading actually started all right. First 20 minutes, they looked pretty solid, but eventually the quality took its toll and we just opened them up. Goals, first goal, penalty, VAR got called in. You know what? I'm a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. At the end of the day, people are saying it needs to be sped up and all of that. But at the same time, when there's a decision that needs to be made, there's players surrounding the referee, arguing. All of that minute, 2 minutes it takes, they could be checking VAR anyway. There's enough stoppages in football that we can use it. So over to VAR, it's shown that Mata was fouled, no arguments. Lukaku was actually offside in the build-up. Some people are saying he was interfering with play, some people saying he wasn't. For me, he definitely made a run, he was offside, but when it goes for your team, you're not going to query them things there. So Mata steps up for the pen and sends the keeper to the shot with the wrong change, fam. Great penalty, sent him the wrong way. Rom thought he was taking a penalty. John was having none of it, man. So 1-0 up, good times. And then we get 2 goals. Lukaku, bro. Like, it's mad about that guy, you know, because he just divides opinion so much. Great through ball from Alexis Sanchez. Lukaku rounds the goalkeeper. 2-0. Shit first half, if I'm completely honest. But at the end of the day, these games are just all about the W. Key moments for me in the halves. I think there was a time where Fred's nicked the ball. He's won the ball off and he's played a brilliant through ball to Lukaku. And Lukaku's had a mare. Like, the geezer couldn't sort his feet out. Balance was off, tripped over his feet. It's like he didn't know where the ball was. And then he brought it back under control, managed to get a shot off. But these are the fine margins with the guy. Because if he had a decent touch and got that out of his feet, he's clean through and goal. All he's got to do is slot the goalkeeper. And it's funny because Fred done that a few times in the game. I've seen you guys on Twitter, a lot of criticism for Fred, him getting slated. I don't necessarily agree with it all. Like, I'll touch on that a bit later, but overall, like, to say that's the standout moment of the first half just tells you how shit the first half was. Second half, it was more the same, stale. Like, it was shit, to be completely honest. Like, Reading were probably, over the balance of the game, they were probably the better team, but we just had the quality where it mattered. Considering the football we've been spoiled with so far under Oli, like, this was nothing like that. And I think players like the Pogbas, the Martials, the Rashfords, etc., like, their contribution to the way we play football has been underestimated up until now. You saw a big change. The style of football wasn't the same. The attitude was the same, but there's a big gulf in quality between the players that come in and the players that are our first team players. Do you need to come through?
No.
Okay.
Just listening.
Alright. Massive difference for us. Rashi come off the bench. Tahith Chong come off the bench. I was going to say it's his debut, but it wasn't. But it's the first time you've seen Chong in a little while. And it was good to have him on, man. Like, having inverted wingers with pace, that's what we need. I'm not a fan of Mata from the right-hand side. He don't have the pace. He's got great movement, but he doesn't hold the width either. So he doesn't even offer an outlet on the right wing. So it was nice to see Chong out there. Rashford come on, Alexis went off injured. And as soon as we had 2 direct, pacey wide men, we looked more dangerous. A lot more dangerous. And I'd love to see that from us going forward. And because there weren't much action for the second half, same as the first, we're going to stick it. We're just going to stick that. Standout performances for me, Matteo Darmian. For me, Remember I said in the other video when people are talking about players we should keep, players we should get rid of, I specifically said I'll keep Darmian. He's our best defensive player. In terms of just all-out defending, there's not a better defender at the club. Like Lindelof has come to the fore as our guy at centre-back, but defensively, Darmian's positioning, his reading of the game, his distribution even, like his quality, like he showed today he can play centre-half. Obviously it was only Reading and he was covering, but if Ollie lets him go forward and attack, I think he's a great option for us as a fullback, man. Very good option. There was a period of play today where he's won the ball, he stepped out looking composed and he's driven forward and he's broken through into the opposition half and slid the ball out to the wing. And because he's played as a fullback, he's got that feet. He's got them feet. So we can play as a centre-half, play as a fullback. And I just think that people need to watch out for Darmian. Fred, hot and cold performance for me today. Like he stood out, like there was a lot of people talking about Fred, waste of money, he's crap, X, Y, Z. And you know what's mad? First half, I'm a guy that don't really like stats in it, but first half, he won the most interceptions, made the most tackles in our team. And the thing is, for certain players, stats can be extremely deceptive, especially for your midfielder who's the water carrier that does all the ugly stuff. When Carrick played for us, a lot of people never used to know what Carrick did, because a lot of the time you wouldn't hear the commentators say his name because he was just stepping in, breaking up the play, playing passes. And Fred today, he was tenacious in the tackle, high work rate, he distributed the ball quickly as well. There's a lot of times where he nicked the ball off, he's taken a touch out his feet and he's played it out wide. Like he done that really well at times. But then he's been caught on the ball a few times as well, and that sticks out in people's head more than the positive stuff he was doing. So all the stuff where I see people slating him, this, that and the other, there were loads of chances where he broke up play for us, distributed the ball out wide really quickly, and then nothing come off. And people didn't even recognize that. I think he tries to play quickly, he tries to play the right way. He's still adapting to the speed of the game, but overall, I didn't think he had a shit game. I think Pereira had a quiet game, and I think McTominay had a near non-existent game. But out of the three of them, I think that Fred was the brightest. We got our 3-and-3 guy, aka Super Sub Lukaku. Now, talk about dividing opinion, yeah? That's 3-and-3 for Lukaku. And I tweeted, like, there's people out there in the Twitterverse that think that I give the guy too much stick. And that is absurd, isn't it? Like, my best comparison for Rom is he is just a 6'4" Chicharito blood. That's what he is. He's a tapping merchant. And you seen today, like his all-around gameplay is absolutely awful. But his movement in and around the box isn't too bad. And I said, if you put it on a plate for him and give him chances, he will score goals. Like the way he rounded the goalkeeper, he took his goal well. He took it quite well. You can see, even when he rounded the goalkeeper, no one was confident he had scored, because he done the same thing against Tottenham and put it across goal. So, like, it's a mad one with him. On paper, the guy looks world class, but there's so much about his overall game that is so shit, which is, for me, he'll never be a Manchester United number 9. Rashford's the opposite. Rashford's finishing is touch and goal, but his all-around game is much better than Lukaku's. If I'm going to choose between the two of them, I'm choosing Rashford just for his all-round game in this fluid system under Ollie. And I think that Rom could be our new super sub, man. Like the movement and the finishing in the box, he could be our guy from the bench. All right, guys, well, that's your match reaction. As always, keep it interactive. Jump down in the comments. Let me know anything I missed, anything you want to add. Make sure you follow me on the socials. Jump on the Twitter. Jump on the Instagram, gonna be in the description below. Obviously at Rants and Bants on Twitter, at Rants and Bants on Insta. Like the vid, and if you ain't subbed, hit that subscribe button.